Now, moving forward, we will see that the epidermis, because it is the outermost layer, it is made up of single layer of cells. Okay, so epidermis, it is made up of single layer of cells. Okay, the epidermis is made up of single layer of cells. And what happens, for example, if there are some plants that live in a dry habitat, okay, meaning they live in the desert area, for example, or area that does not have a lot of rainfall. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So for those plants where the plants are living in the desert area, what happens here is that the epidermis becomes very thick. Okay. Okay, you can write down as the epidermis. The epidermis of the plants living in the dry habitat is usually thicker. Okay, it is usually thick if you see it. Okay, so it is thick. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, why? This is thick in order to protect it against the water loss. Okay. Since the area is very dry, then easily transpiration can take place. So you can say that the epidermis is thick in order to protect the plant from water loss. Okay, the plant from water loss. Okay, are you getting it?
Ma'am, I want to know the exact meaning of epidermis.
It is the outermost layer. For example, if this is the cell, then the outermost layer, this one, is the epidermis. Okay.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Yes. And that epidermis is made up of single layer of cells. Okay, it is made up of single layer of cells. And the epidermis of the plants that live in dry area is very thick. Okay, the epidermis can be thick, it can be thin. So the epidermis of the plants that live in a dry area is very thick. And why is it thick? It is thick to protect the plant from water loss. Okay, so that the plant does not suffer any kind of water loss. This is the reason why the epidermis of the plants living in the dry habitat is very thick. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Now, the whole plant surface, okay, the entire plant surface, it has a covering of epidermis. Okay, as I said, that epidermis is the outermost layer. So it means that the whole plant body will have epidermis as the outermost layer. Okay?
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Now, apart from protecting the plant from water loss, what the epidermis also does is that it protects, the epidermis protects the different parts of the plant. Okay, so apart from protecting the plant from water loss, it also protects the plant from, like, all different parts of the plants are also protected by the epidermis. How? Because epidermis is sort of covering the whole plant body. So it is protecting every single part. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now see, do you understand what is the meaning of aerial?
No, ma'am.
Preshita, are you there in the class? So see, the meaning of aerial. Okay. This is the word, the meaning of aerial. The aerial means that all the plants that are there in sort of, exposed to the environment. Okay. So that is the meaning of aerial. Okay. I think, Prashita, your internet connection is like very wonky today, isn't it? I can't hear you. Can you say something again so that I can hear you? I can't hear you, dear. Okay, see what happens. The aerial parts of the plant, the parts that are there in exposed to the environment, exposed to the air, those parts of the plant, the aerial parts of the plant, they secrete a waxy, water resistant, a waxy layer. Okay. And this waxy layer is water resistant. Okay, it is waterproof, you can say. Okay, that this waxy layer is waterproof. So since this layer is present, this particularly the wax coating is there on the epidermis. Now see, epidermis is covering the whole body of the plant, and apart from that, waxy coating is also there on the epidermis, which protects the water from being lost. Okay, so this waxy layer, okay, this protects the plant from water loss. Okay, since the waxy layer or the waxy coating is waterproof, so no water can be lost or no water can come in. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
It's clear. Do you have any doubts? Now see, apart from protecting the plant from water loss, it also protects the whole plant from the mechanical injury. Okay, any sort of injury, so mechanical injury, and also from the parasitic fungi. Okay, parasitic fungi. Now see, parasites are those that can attack the plant and destroy the plant. Okay, so if the plant has waxy layer on the epidermis, meaning waxy layer present all around its body, then the parasitic fungi can't attack it, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yes, so the waxy layer, it protects the plant from first water loss, it protects it from mechanical injury, and also from the parasitic fungi. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Now, moving forward, we will see that all these functions are there, isn't it? Now see, the epidermal layer or the epidermis has no intercellular spaces. Okay, it has no intercellular spaces, meaning it is compactly arranged. The presence of intercellular spaces, it means that the cells are loosely arranged. But here in the case of epidermis, the cells are compactly arranged. Is it clear?
No, ma'am, it's not clear.
Okay, wait, I'll tell you. See, for example, if this is a tissue, okay,
Okay.
and these are the cells present, okay.
Okay.
Now, you can see that these cells are present randomly, isn't it?
Yes.
One is here, one is here, one is here. And you can see that these spaces are here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Places where there are no cells present, they have spaces all around. So these spaces are known as intercellular spaces. Okay. They are known as intercellular spaces. Now, in the case of epidermis, there are no intercellular spaces. So what would it mean? Tell me. Tell me, Rima.
Can you repeat it again, ma'am?
I am saying, now you have understood the intercellular spaces?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I am saying that the epidermis, the thing that we are talking about or studying about,
Yeah.
the epidermis has no intercellular spaces. Okay.
Okay.
So can you explain what it means that the intercellular spaces are absent in epidermis? What is the meaning of it?
Ma'am, it is
Like,
to avoid the transpiration.
Oh, now I can hear your voice. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I am not talking about why it is needed. I'm saying what is the meaning of no intercellular spaces being present? It simply means, what I'm asking is that it simply means that the cells are very compactly arranged, isn't it? Since they are compactly arranged, then there are no spaces left. Just compare it to this one, how it is different. There are many spaces, isn't it? Here, here, here. But here, there are no spaces present in between the cells. So this is the case of the epidermis. The epidermis usually is continuous and it has no intercellular spaces. Is it clear?
yeah.
Are you sure? Is it clear completely?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, there is another thing you have to know about the epidermis. It is that the cell of the epidermis, the cells of the epidermis are flat. Okay. They are usually flattened structures. Okay. Flattened cells are there. So the cells of the epidermis are flat. Okay. This is how they look like. Okay. So they are flat in the structure. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes. Now see, even though they are flat, what happens is that the cells, they are, even after being flat, the outer portion, okay, the outer portion as well as the side portion are thicker, whereas the inner wall is thinner. Okay. So outer and side walls are thicker and the inner wall are thinner. Now this is about the epidermis, okay? The outer and the side walls are thicker, whereas the inner walls are thinner. Is it clear to everybody?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I am saying the epidermis of leaf, what do I mean? Tell me.
Like upper part of leaves.
Very good. Not
The
upper, but
outermost
yes, the
layer of the
whole
leaf.
outermost layer of the leaf. Correct. Okay. So if I'm saying the epidermis, it means that the whole outermost layer of the leaf. Okay. So if you will look at the outermost layer of the leaf, or you can say the epidermis of the leaf, you will find tiny dots all around. Okay.
Yeah.
Tiny dots will be present all around. And these dots or these pores are known as stomata. Okay. So we can say that the epidermis of the leaf has tiny pores called as the stomata. Okay, so tiny pores are present on the surface or the epidermis of the leaf, and these are known as the stomata. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
All right, very good. Now see, every single stomata, now we are talking about the stomata. So every single stomata, it is surrounded by two kidney-shaped cells, and these are known as guard cells. For example,
guard cells.
yes, one cell is like this, and then another cell is like this. Okay.
And then beside them, they have the epidermal cells.
Epidermal cells. Now see, they are basically what happens. These kidney-shaped cells are known as the guard cells. Okay, these are the guard cells. And what they are enclosing here? What are the guard cells enclosing? Tell me.
Ma'am, can you repeat it again?
See, these kidney-shaped cells are known as the guard cells. Okay. Now,
Okay.
I am asking this part, the
Yeah.
part that the guard cells are enclosing like this. So, what is this part known as? What is it enclosing? Tell me.
Stomata.
Yes, correct. It is enclosing the stomata. Okay. So, if you will look at the structure of how the stomatal whole thing is in the leaf, the pore structure, so you will find it like this. Two kidney-shaped cells will be surrounding the stomata. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
And the name of those kidney-shaped cells will be guard cells. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
these guard cells are extremely important for the exchange of gases. Okay, they are very important. So, you can say that the guard cells are very important for the exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. Is it clear?
Ma'am, it's not clear. Like how?
Okay, see, since the guard cells are present, surrounding the stomata, okay?
Yeah.
So when the guard cells move apart, the stomata opens and gases
Yeah.
can be taken in. As soon as the guard cell closes, the stomata also closes. So because of this property, the guard cells are very important for the exchange of gases. When the guard cells will open like this, then only exchange of gases will take place through the stomata. Now, if the guard cell decides to close like this, then no exchange of gases can take place. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the reason why the guard cells are very important for the purpose of exchange of gases. Is it clear to everybody?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Now see, first of all, through the stomata, exchange of gases takes place. And there is another phenomenon that takes place through the stomata. And that phenomenon is known as the transpiration. Okay, transpiration. This is the phenomenon that takes place through the stomata. So transpiration takes place through the stomata. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in the process of transpiration, what happens is that there is a water loss.
Evaporation of
Correct.
water from the pores.
Yeah, from the surface of the leaf, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because the surface of the leaf contains stomata all around it. Okay.
Yeah, and the leaf or the plant needs to cool down, so it uses transpiration to cool down the way human body cools down with sweat.
Correct. That's right. That is like one necessary function of transpiration. But if a lot of transpiration will take place, then there will be water loss from the body.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Now, even when we sweat a lot, isn't there water loss? We feel so thirsty, we feel dehydrated. So same thing happens in the case of plants also. So in the process of transpiration, you can write that in transpiration, water loss takes place in the form of water vapor. Okay, so the water turns into water vapor and they are released into the atmosphere. So in the process of transpiration, water loss takes place in the form of water vapor. You can also call it as the evaporatory loss of water from the stomata. Is it clear?
Ma'am, but how?
See, in general, evaporation takes place. You understand that water turns into water vapor and this process is evaporation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now see, during the daytime, whenever the guard cells have opened, okay, it means that the stomata is open. Now, stomata, since it is open, then it is exchanging gases. And since
Yes.
it is open, then water loss can also take place from it. Okay. And when there is a lot of sun, okay, so during the presence of sun, meaning heat energy is there. So then the water from the stomata gets lost in the form of water vapor. So water changes into water vapor and it gets lost from the stomata. So this process of the loss of water is known as transpiration. Is
Yeah,
it clear?
Yeah.
Yes. So apart from exchange of gases, this transpiration also takes place through the stomata only. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Now see, this was talking about the epidermis of the leaf, isn't it? The epidermis
Yes.
of the leaf contains pores and those pores are known as stomata. Now let us talk about the epidermis of roots. Okay, since I told you that epidermis is everywhere in the plant body,
Yeah.
and it is forming the outermost like outline of the plant body. So it is there in the roots also. So the epidermis of the root, here the function of epidermis is to absorb water. Okay. The epidermis, since roots are there in the soil, and from the soil it absorbs water for the plant. So the epidermis helps the root to absorb the water. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, is it clear? Now,
Yes, it's clear.
from the roots, there are structures. For example, if this is the surface of the land, and then here you have the roots. Okay. And this is your plant, whatever. Okay. So here, underneath the ground, you see the roots. Now, every root has certain hair-like structures. Okay. Every root has tiny hair-like structures, and these structures are known as root hairs. Okay, root hairs. So the root hairs help in the process of absorption of water. Okay, and these root hairs also arise from the epidermis. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes. So the epidermis of the roots, what is the function of it? Tell me the function of epidermis of the root.
To absorb
It
water.
absorbs water.
Correct. Absorption of water. Very good. Now, see, if we are like we talked about the dry habitats, now we'll talk about the deserts. So all those plants that are present in the desert area, they have a coating of cutin. Okay, so plants of the desert areas have a coating of cutin. Okay, this is a substance. Okay, cutin is a substance. And just like how a waxy coating was there in the case of the plants of the dry habitats, isn't it? Yeah. So this coating of cutin is also waterproof. Okay, wherever a coating would be there. Okay, and usually you can also put waxy here. Okay, a wax like structure or wax coating is there, then it will be waterproof, so that no water loss can take place from these plants. And in the case of desert areas, there is so little water, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. So the plants which are there, which are living in the desert area, they would have a waxy coating of what? Of cutin. And this
Okay,
Q10
okay.
is a chemical substance. Okay, it is a chemical substance. And it is waterproof. Is it
Yeah.
clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Now, what happens? Now, this was all about the plant of the desert area. Now, moving forward, we will see that whenever a plant grows, okay, when a plant grows, it becomes a tree. It becomes a tree, isn't it? So, what happens during the process of formation? You might have seen the bark of a tree. Have you seen the bark of a tree? The brown
Ma'am,
portion.
can you repeat it again?
I am asking, have you seen the brown portion of the bark of the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So what happens now, as the plant matures, it grows further, slowly and slowly that stem
The
portion,
meristematic tissues turn into the permanent tissues.
yeah, they turn into the permanent tissues. And apart from that, what happens? Formation of cork cells takes place. As soon as the meristematic tissue will turn into a permanent tissue, the formation of cork cells will take place. And that cork cells, they are dead, they are compactly arranged, and they form the bark of the trees. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Yes. So you can write it as the bark of the tree has cork cells. Okay, these cells are dead usually. Okay, these are the dead cells, and they are the permanent tissues. Okay, since permanent tissues are there to perform a specific role, isn't it? So in the case here, they are making the bark of the tree. Is it clear?
No, ma'am, it's not clear.
What is the problem? Tell me.
Like the whatever you had, it's like making me confused.
This point is making you confused.
Yeah.
See, what I mean to say by this, have you seen a bark of a tree? First, you tell me that.
Yeah,
What is the color of it? Tell me.
brown. Brown.
Correct. Yes, brown part. That's right. So see, all the cells that are present there, okay, in that brown part of the tree, they are known as the cork cells. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. And the cork cells are dead. It means that they have no cytoplasm. They have no protoplasm. Okay. And
Okay.
these cork cells are permanent tissues, meaning now they will not divide and they will provide a proper structural and functional support to the plant. This is what I'm saying by these lines. Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah, it's clear.
All right. Now see, even these cells or these tissues, they also have a covering. Okay. They also have sort of like a layer on it. And the layer, what is the name of the layer? The layer called as suberin. Okay. The layer called as suberin. Okay. It is present on the cork cells, on the bark of the tree. And again, this suberin is also waterproof, or you can say it is water resistant. Is it clear? Being
Yes.
water resistant, it means that it will not allow the loss of water. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay. Now, this was all there is to know about simple permanent tissue. Okay. Now, the simple permanent tissue topic is over, and we will move on to the complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissues. Now, can you tell me what are complex permanent tissues? I taught you in the previous class.
Uh, I remember, let me think.
Tell me. Do you remember I showed you with a diagram?
Yeah,
Yeah, so explain that. Come on. Tell me. What other languages do you speak, Rima, apart from English?
I speak Hindi, Arabic, Urdu.
Okay, so you know Hindi and Urdu also.
Yeah,
So you
even
can answer
Malayalam.
me in, oh, very nice. So you can answer me in Urdu also if you want.
I'm comfortable saying English. A collection of like structural.
See, okay, wait. Now, do you remember I draw like this diagram wherein I showed this?
Yeah,
Yeah, now explain it to me. What do I mean by this? This is tissue. These are cells. Now, tell me, what do I mean by this? Okay. I know that you know what I
throughout the plant body, the
Hmm.
center of you teach me that vascular bundle and
Yeah, vascular bundles and all, those are the examples. But I am asking you, what is the meaning of complex permanent tissue? Why are they named as complex? That is my question.
a kind of tissue that is made up of more than one type of cell, and all cells coordinate to perform a common function, something like that. Is it right?
Correct. Yes, that is right. It means that the type of tissues that will have different type, more than one type of cells present in it. So those type of tissues are known as complex permanent tissues. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. And what are the examples? So the examples of the complex permanent tissues in the case of plants will be xylem and phloem. Okay. Xylem and phloem. And xylem and phloem together, they are known as the vascular bundle or the vascular tissues. Okay. So they are known as the vascular tissues. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now moving forward, they are conducting tissues. Okay. Both xylem and phloem are conducting tissues. Okay. Now, what do you mean by conducting? What is the meaning of conducting?
Conducting means
To transport. These are the conducting tissues which transport water and minerals to all the parts of the plants.
Correct. Basically, conduction means transportation. Okay. So xylem and phloem, they are known as the vascular tissues and they are responsible for the conduction. Okay. If we are talking about the xylem, they transport water and minerals. Okay, they transport water and minerals to different parts of plant, to different parts of the plant. Okay. whereas the phloem, it transports food to the different parts of the plant. Okay. Now there is a direction of this transportation. Okay. Xylem will transport from the roots to the different parts, and phloem will transport from the leaves to the different parts. Now, can you tell me why?
Ma'am, can you repeat it again? I didn't hear what you said.
I said that the xylem will transport water and minerals from the roots to the different parts, whereas the phloem will transport food from the leaves to the different parts of the plant. Now, can you tell me why?
I'm not having any idea.
Hmm?
I'm not having any idea.
Okay. See, the reason why xylem transports water and minerals from the roots is because water is absorbed by the roots only, isn't it? So
Yeah.
that is why the water from the roots, as soon as it is absorbed, it needs to get transported to the different parts of the plant. That is why the xylem transports water and minerals. You can write here, water and minerals from roots to the different parts of the plant. Okay, whereas in the case of phloem, see, in the leaf photosynthesis takes place, and there the food is prepared. So the xylem, the phloem transports food. Okay, it transports food from the leaves to the different parts of the plant. Is it clear? Both xylem and phloem are clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let us move forward and we'll talk about the xylem. Okay, let's talk more about the xylem. So see, xylem has many different types of cells in it. Okay, so xylem is a vascular tissue, and in the xylem, it consists of, the first is the tracheids. Okay, tracheids are present in the xylem. Then after that, vessels are present in the xylem.
Sieve.
Then, tell me.
Ma'am, sieve tubes.
No, that is present in the phloem, not in the
Phloem, yeah.
Okay, so in the xylem, tracheids are there, then vessels are there, then we have xylem parenchyma. Okay,
Yeah.
xylem parenchyma, and what is the last content? What is the fourth content of the xylem? It is
Xylem
the
fibers.
xylem fibers. Okay, so these four structures, okay, tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and the xylem
Xylem,
fibers, yes,
yeah,
all
make
of
up the
these are,
xylem.
yes, constituents of the xylem. So the xylem consists of all of these four things. Is it clear?
No, ma'am, it's not clear.
What is not clear? Tell me.
Where it present?
It is present in the conducting parts of the plant. Xylem is present in the plant. And that
Yeah.
xylem contains all these four things, meaning the xylem contains the tracheids, it contains the vessels, it contains the xylem parenchyma, and it contains the xylem fibers. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Now, the tracheids and the vessels. Okay, let's talk about these two. So they have thick walls. Okay, they
Yeah.
are thick walls.
Ma'am, only the xylem parenchyma is alive here, right?
Yes, only the xylem parenchyma is alive. Now, can you tell me why? Why is only xylem parenchyma alive?
Ma'am, I do not remember.
Okay, do you remember that parenchyma are the only cells along with the collenchyma that contains the protoplasm?
Yeah.
Because of the presence of protoplasm, since parenchyma contains the protoplasm, So xylem parenchyma also contains the protoplasm. And since protoplasm, or you can say cytoplasm is there, that is why these are alive. Whereas in the case of tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers, they are dead. Okay.
Okay.
So talking about the tracheids and the vessels, they are thick walled. Okay, they have a very thick wall and they are dead cells when they mature. So at maturity, they are dead only after they mature. Okay, so at maturity, they are dead cells. Okay. Now, in the case of xylem parenchyma, first of all, let us finish the tracheids and vessels only. So, talking about the tracheids and vessels, first of all, they are thick-walled. Then, when they mature, they are dead. Okay, they die as they mature. And apart from that, they are tubular structures. The tracheids and vessels are tubular structures. Okay. They are the tube-like structures, and what they do, they allow the transportation of water and minerals in a vertical direction. So what is their function? So the function of tracheids and vessel is to allow the transport of water in vertical direction. Now, first of all, tell me what is a vertical direction? Do you know the difference between vertical and horizontal?
Ma'am, can you repeat it again?
I'm saying, do you know the difference between vertical and horizontal?
Yeah. Vertical is like north to south and horizontal is east and west.
Correct. Meaning, if I say there is a standing line, then this is what? Vertical or horizontal? A standing line is vertical or horizontal? Tell me.
Ma'am, can you repeat it again?
I'm asking, a standing line is vertical or horizontal?
Standing line. What?
Vertical. Yes, standing
No,
line is
ma'am. I am asking you. It's like your voices it break in between.
okay. Tell me, what are you asking? Say. See, what I mean to say is that this direction is vertical and this direction is horizontal. Okay. So what I mean to say is that the tracheids and the vessels of the xylem, they transport the water in vertical direction, meaning upward direction. Okay. That is what I want to say. Is it clear?
Ma'am, in between your voices breaking.
Am I audible now?
Ma'am, can you speak it again?
Am I audible?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Okay. What I was saying is that the functions of the tracheid and vessels is to allow the transportation of water in a vertical direction, meaning in the upright direction. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Now, talking about the xylem parenchyma, they are responsible for the storage of food. Storage of food is happening, or it is done with the help of xylem parenchyma. So storage of food is the function of xylem parenchyma. Is it clear?
No,
Last,
ma'am.
xylem parenchyma stores food. There is nothing else to know here. Xylem parenchyma is there in the xylem and it stores food. Storage of food is the function of xylem parenchyma. What is the doubt here?
Yeah. Okay.
Is
No,
there any
because
doubt?
I'm asking you. It's stuck in between. So I asked you once again.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you didn't understand. Okay, now talking about the xylem fibers. Okay, these are the last constituent of the xylem. So the xylem fibers, they are supportive in function. Okay, they support the plant. So they are supportive in function. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So this is all about, there is to know about the xylem, all the constituents, their individual functions. Is this whole thing clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, very good. Now let us move on to the second vascular tissue. What is the name of the second vascular tissue, Rima?
Vascular tissue.
The first one is xylem. What is the second type of vascular tissue? Tell me. Do you remember that I said that there are two types of vascular?
Connective tissue or something?
No. I told you that there are two types of vascular tissues. First one is xylem. What is the next one? I'm asking that. The name of the other vascular tissue is? Do you remember, yes or no?
No.
The other is phloem. You don't remember phloem?
Oh, okay.
Yes, phloem is the other vascular tissue. Now see, phloem is made up of 5 cells. Okay. It is made up of 5 cells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It is made up of 5 cells. Okay. So the first cell is sieve cell.
These tubes.
Sieve tubes are the second type. Okay. What is next, Prashita? After sieve tubes?
Ma'am, I don't think so. It's sieve cells. It's sieve plates.
No, sieve cells are there. Sieve tubes are there. Then there is companion cells. Okay, companion cells. Okay, just excuse me for 1 second. Okay. So we were talking about the 5 cells which are there in the phloem. Okay, so the first one was sieve cell. Then there is sieve tubes. Then there is companion cell. And finally, we have the other 2 cells. We have the phloem fibers, or you can say phloem parenchyma. So phloem parenchyma. And then we have the phloem fibers. Okay. So you can say that the phloem, are you able to hear me, students? It consists of 5 types of cells. Is it clear? Girls, is it clear? Hello, can you hear me, girls?
Ma'am, your voice is cracking.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, ma'am, a bit.
Yes, I'm saying that up till now, is everything clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's
Oh.
clear.
Okay. So the phloem consists of 5 types of cells, and these are the following 5 types. Okay. Now in the next class, we'll discuss about each of these. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So do you have any doubts up till now?
No, I don't have any doubts.
Okay. Prashita, do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So up till now, this whole topic is done. Then we will start discussing with the sieve cells in the next class. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
like I have wrote this all. Can you just send me again in WhatsApp? What this just send me in WhatsApp?
The PDF, you want the PDF?
Yeah, I want the PDF.
All right. Have you written it down on your own?
Yeah, I have written my own.
Okay, then. Okay, then I will send it in the WhatsApp group.